Get on the grid, Sports Grid, Morency Unfiltered, the podcast, a special edition of the podcast, America is Burning edition, as we step up and in a weekend edition of the program. This is the Morency Unfiltered podcast. So we appreciate those of you who are tuning in on Spotify, Apple, iTunes, and we're doing a special edition live to tape, so to speak, on YouTube. Take a couple of your questions, whoever throws something at us. Obviously, it's been a crazy, it's been a couple of crazy days, man. And you think about it, it's like we're not even thinking about the virus anymore. And there's protests, more protests to come over the weekend following the death of George Floyd to the hands of the Minneapolis Police Department, an ultra corrupt and racist Minnesota Police Department. And, things got pretty ugly over the last couple of nights. You almost want to say like Rodney King. And, listen, I've had Rodney King on the program before, right? So, I've been around. I've seen these things so much so that I actually had Rodney King on my damn show. So I've spoken to Rodney King about this stuff. And, the old people, can we it was crazy too, man. I had Rodney King on and he died like 2 months after. He died like a couple of months. He died in a pool after. Mm-hmm. His life got messed up after that, right? It was a crazy crazy run for Rodney King. But remember when he said, people, can we all just get along? I think we're past that point now. And, the fact of the matter is when people say, oh, you're not going to get anything by smashing things up. Well, people are pissed. People are angry. And it's highlighted by the fact that people get more upset that the Napa Auto parts got burnt down than the guy got killed, right? That's almost like it proves the original point that, hey, you guys really don't care. And you see that hipster doofus, the mayor guy of Minneapolis, the hipster doofus. Guy's like an actor or something. It doesn't seem real. We got Ken Stewart's here. What's up, Ken?
Hey, guys. Yeah, no, the guy comes on. Hey, today I'll be playing the mayor. Like, he looks like the guy who's just got the look to him, like he's like a movie star or something. It doesn't even seem real, this dude.
No, he's like he's the Minnesota edition of Trudeau.
He kind of looks.
Yeah, he's the Trudeau version, right? The American Trudeau. Glenn Fry. I think that's his name too, right? Like, I think his name's like,
Glenn Fry.
It might be like Jordan Fry, or I think it's like what's the guy's name? The mayor of Minneapolis. Mayor Fry, Minneapolis. Mayor Fry, Minneapolis. Jacob Fry. He looks like a Jacob too. He looks like a Jacob. That's like his perfect name, actually.
Jacob Fry.
Jacob Fry.
Yeah, look at the guy. Like, he's got the scarf, the coat. You should come. Be Trudeau's right-hand guy. These guys could be brothers.
Yeah, they really could. But anyway, so Mayor Jacob Fry is talking today about how they've mobilized. It's like the biggest mobilization of law enforcement ever, and they're prepared today. It's like, that's you guys' problem. You guys mobilize things. See, it's like sheer poverty exists. Even now in the virus, while people are broke, people don't have anything. They gave everybody freaking $1,200 in the United States for 3 months, $120 a week, right? Yet you see, oh boy, the AutoZone got smashed up by cops, incidentally, who are in undercover gear. And, we better mobilize and spend $300 million for a Saturday afternoon right now, right? Like we protect money in this society so much so, more so than human life, than dignity, than respect. And then you get surprised when people start smashing up your institutions after the fact. It's deeper. I used to, as you get older, you see things differently. And, I've gone through sort of all phases of it. When I was younger, I would have been like right in the middle of that, say, you know what, F these people, man. The system sucks. Then after, you realize you start to think, well, what good is coming from smashing up your own community? right? Like tomorrow, that store ain't going to be there, bro, for you. And what you're going to have to walk 12 blocks to another store.
Excellent point.
Right? Like you're kind of screwing yourself. Yet there was a lady in Minneapolis, her restaurant was burning, and she said, good. She said, if this wasn't what it takes to get people to notice the problems, it was a black lady, said, then fine. She goes, I can rebuild my building. Floyd can't rebuild his life. And, that's what it takes. And one thing, too, I've noticed about this is this isn't like past stuff, guys. Like I said, I've been around. I lived in Los Angeles during one. There was 2 riots in LA. I was there during one of them. And it's crazy. One thing, too, I'll tell you what, guys. Next time I move to the U.S. and next time I leave the U.S., be forewarned, there will be a riot. It's like one of these deals.
Your timing's crazy.
Like I left like a day before the OJ riot. I was there for the Rodney King stuff. The OJ, when Reginald Denny got like hit in the face and the whole thing, when things got real crazy, it's hard. I get confused between all of them. There's so many of these things now. But yeah, anyways, I left like a day before like LA like blew up, man. And I never forget, a buddy of mine told me, he goes, bro, man, you got a sixth sense. You got to get the hell out of here at the right time. And look, same thing. I leave New York, and New York's a beautiful city. Great people, best people. Love New York City from the bottom of my heart. Like, if this virus wasn't happening, I wouldn't be sitting here right now. I'd be in New York City right now if it wasn't for this virus. But New York, man, they went from, hey, we're all in it together, to last night, it was on, man, last night in Brooklyn. And the NYPD, as my main man, John Lerner, who's a lifer, local there, he said the NYPD, these guys aren't trained to de-escalate things. Like, de-escalation isn't the NYPD's like specialty, all right? Like they're like a gang almost. Like, oh, you guys want to go? Huh? All right, let's go. Like, you know what I mean? Like they saw the protesters, was like, all right, you want to go? Let's go. And it started. And it was pretty wild. It's pretty wild last night. But I was gonna say, these protests, it's not like past times. I'm telling you. Like when Eric Garner got choked out, people were like, oh, whatever, he resisted arrest. And, Trayvon Martin, he was a scary kid in the neighborhood. And like, it really does become like a white-black thing perpetrated by the media. Yet it's not like a white-black thing. You'll notice this is the first sort of major protests and mini riots, so to speak, in which a lot of people are upset. Like basically, I retweeted a video, guys, a couple of minutes ago. The Amish community.
Oh yeah,
the Amish community, man. They were protesting justice for Floyd. They don't have to do that. It's a bunch of white people making furniture in the mountains of Pennsylvania.
Exactly.
They drove to freaking Philadelphia and Pittsburgh, guys, in Philadelphia to protest. They're not Black Lives Matter. You know what I mean? And same thing. They were like, enough injustice, like for everybody. They get picked on. Oh, you stupid Amish people. You know what I mean? Like, it's just everybody's had enough of like the judgment, the racism, the poverty. This isn't just about Floyd anymore. You can tell it's taken on a bigger meaning. I mean, it's real, guys. When Sean freaking Hannity says the cops need to pay. All right? Sean Hannity. You know how much that must have hurt him? You know how much it must have hurt him to say that the cops must pay for this? Sean Hannity, even Sean Hannity, who's batshit crazy, all right? Even Sean Hannity realizes, you know what? Even I'm not going down this route. And he thinks the guy's a genius too, right? I'll give him credit. You don't become who he is by not doing what he does.
Very true.
But even Sean Hannity said to himself, I'm not going to go down some crazy route on this. And I could make crap up. I could get crazy. But even Sean Hannity says, you got to charge the cops, man. Like, you figure Sean Hannity's going to say, well, we don't know the facts. Get the facts. Sean Hannity's like, this is disgusting. You got to charge them. And, it's not everybody. But it's not a black-white thing, this thing. And, it's crazy. I've realized over the years how many cops are actually fans of our show, right? Cops like to gamble. Cops like to drink. You know what I mean? Cops go to strip clubs. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a fine line, like really, like between a cop and, you know, what I just described is kind of a lot of sort of gangster guys I know too. Like, yeah. And in fact, you'll find a lot of guys that are sort of in the criminal world. Oh yeah, my brother's a cop. Oh yeah, my cousin's a cop. Like there's a fine line here, guys. I'm just stating. Yeah,
Morency is the best. So we're talking to some of these. Me and Gabe used to work with these guys. You know who's got the best football pool? The cops. Oh, yeah, like, you know, it's like $2 million. Like they're not playing for a couple $1,000 bucks.
I'm not going to name names, but once I was talking to a cop. He was on the phone, and in the background you can hear like police calls coming in and stuff. And he goes, "Would you shut that shit off?" And him and his partner are all like, yeah, Bears +3, Rams -5.5. Like they're like, you know what I mean? And I asked somebody that. I said, "Yo, bro," I said, "You know, you got any problem with your sergeant or anything like that?" And you know what he told me, Ken? He goes, "Our sergeant runs the pool." He goes, "The sergeant's like the bookie. Like he's the bookie of the house." Like, he's like, "Where's the money?" You know what I mean?
My first job at Sportsnet game. My first job at Sportsnet game back in Yellowknife. I'm cutting tape. I'm writing script for these guys. Our boss was our bookie. He goes, he saw, "Oh, you like, you enjoying the Cleveland Cavaliers Laker game tonight?" I go, "Yeah, it's great." He goes, "Well, you know, we like to make things a little more interesting here." The guy is like fleecing employees at the station. I came in there. I go, "Wow, my boss is our bookie."
You should say. You should have seen the state troopers at the Meadowlands. You'd see them; they're all together, and they're all serious. They're all talking and stuff, and you think it's all legal stuff. And you walk past them, and they're like, "There's no way Joe Montana is not better than Tom Brady." Like they're sitting in the corner, and like anything happens there. Like if there's an incident at the Meadowlands, it's like, oh boy, it's like, man, you got to go get the troopers. It's like, man, you don't want to get these guys off their chairs. Like they're watching the games, man. Like they don't want to be bothered. Like, you know what I mean? It's great. That's the one cool thing. Like everyone's smoking weed right outside. Like, people at first are like, "Man, there's state troopers right there. You can't smoke weed." It's like, whatever. Don't worry about it. Like they don't care. It's like they really don't. They care about drunk driving.
Yes.
They care because they don't care like you're smoking weed in the parking lot. They're state troopers. What are they going to start doing? Shaking down every brother outside, like shaking everyone down outside a racetrack. So they don't care about that, but they watch for the drunk driving. It's amazing. They sit in the parking lot, right? So they'll be in an undercover car in their car, and they're just watching everyone.
You see a guy stumbling and falling down.
They know, so the guy pulls out and it's like they get you right away too before you even leave the parking lot.
Very smart.
And the thing is, people fall for it. They get like 3-4 people a night. Like I see it every night. And you can eat. And the thing is, these troopers are in the book, right? They're seeing you, and they're always regular. So it's like, well, Cam's pretty drunk tonight, and they're thinking, "Don't do it, Cam. Don't get in the car." You know what I mean? They take the bus. And these guys come out in the parking lot.
Leave the weapon at home, dude. Leave the weapon at home.
Leave the gun at home. Say, "What's up, Shell Dog in Los Angeles?" You know what I'm talking about. And Shell Dog's a brother actually in LA, so he knows. And you can tell me, Shell Dog, it's a different feel, isn't it? Like, remember, like OJ, like Rodney King, it was just like black, white, and the cops are good people. Now everybody's pretty much like look how times have changed. Like the Minnesota Vikings are tweeting, "Disgusting, justice." The Minnesota Golden Gophers cut ties with the cops.
Yep.
They said, "We're not hiring you for any more events. You're not welcome on our campus."
Yep.
It's a little like over the top, but like, you know what I mean? Like they basically, normally sports would be like pro law enforcement right away. It's like everybody's just fed up. Everybody's fed up. And it goes deeper. Like everybody's been marginalized in this society that we're in right now. We'll get into it from a sports context too. And I saw people last night tweeting this actually. And it's usually millennials. And I don't want to call them stupid and stuff, you know, because whatever. You know, I had dumb takes when I was young too. So, and I still have dumb takes. But I saw people, "Oh, this is why we need sports back." Like, guys, they're not just entertainers, man. Like right now, like honestly, do you think guys in the NBA are thinking about like, "Oh, I got to play basketball, man"? No, they're thinking, I don't want to get shot on the street. They're thinking, I don't want my son to get like killed by George Zimmerman. Right? Like there's problems in this country right now, guys. Like everyone needs to settle down. I want basketball back, and even me, I'm like, whoa. Everybody, like, there ain't no basketball right now. Like the country's on fire, and people are like, oh, we need sports back. Dude, sports, what? So you can get distracted? That's the whole point. No more distractions. No more distractions. Right? We always get distracted. That's what sports are there for. That's what sports were created for, to distract you. Why the hell do you think Donald Trump is such in a panic to get sports back? You think Donald Trump gives a shit if the Pittsburgh Penguins win the Stanley Cup this year or not? He wants TV. He wants programming. So you don't notice there's 130,000 dead people coming. So you don't notice that the world's on fire. You don't notice that there's people starving. You don't notice that kids are going hungry. You don't notice that frontline workers are getting treated like shit and going to have nothing left after. Like, that's the whole point. There are no more. The distractions are too much. We've already been distracted. That's why we are where we are, because we've all been distracted. Yeah, I know, man. I know that's crazy. The kid got killed, but the game's on now. Bing, watch the game. Right? I'm not saying we never play sports again, but I'm saying, let's take a look in the mirror here, guys. And don't just expect and say, what? Oh, yeah, like Karl Anthony Towns. His mother died of coronavirus. The kid's out here protesting right now. Steven Jackson's friends with this guy. Like, it's easy for white people to say, oh, shut up and go play. Go, yeah, what? Maybe if I get shot by a cop on the way to the arena? Like, until people start getting empathy, you know what I mean? Like, it's basically saying, like, imagine your house, like, the house is on fire. You're like, let's go play some ball in the yard outside. It's like, yeah, I'll go play, but my house is on fire. So I'm not really worried about, playing pitch and catch in the yard right now. My house is on fire. So I'll put it in that way. The house is on fire. Like, there's a freaking pandemic going on, guys. There's a virus going on right now that's killing like hundreds of thousands of people. I know nobody cared about that. No empathy there either. Cornel West, one of the smartest men in the world, Dr. Cornel West. He said it's a failed social experiment. And in a way, it's ongoing. It's ongoing. It's not easy running a society, guys. It ain't going to be perfect. Get on the grid. Morency Unfiltered, the podcast, a special America is Burning edition. And I should say the world, because it's not an American thing, and that's what a lot of people fail to recognize. As we speak right now, there are protests in downtown Toronto, a 29-year-old black woman. And, she had a mental illness. She was mentally, she was a little out there. And her own family called the police. Can you imagine? They said, basically our aunt is like kind of, acting a little crazy here. We need some help. Whatever, man. Cops show up. Next thing you know, man, she's dead. Put it this way. Like, did the cops kill her? I don't know. But if they didn't call the cops, she's still alive right now. Like, that seems to be pretty simple. It's not on video, so it's shady. No one really knows, but we know enough that there's witnesses that said, yeah, man, they pushed her off a balcony. Like, multiple people said they pushed her off a balcony. I don't know. You know what I mean? So it's not just an American thing. And, Native people, Native Canadians, Indigenous, treated horribly in Canada. Horribly. I remember once I was at a bank, man. I got mad with a guy too. It was a Native guy. He came in. He wanted to cash a check. He didn't have an account there. And I guess if you're Native, banks will cash your check. They have a deal. Like, you don't need, you know what I mean? They wouldn't do it. And the guy said to him, he said, you raped my ancestors. You stole my land. The least you can do is cash my check. And I looked at the guy in the bank, man. I just said, cash the guy's effing check, man. It was a government check too. It was like, wasn't even going to bounce. Like, you know what I mean? Oh, sorry, you don't have this. You know, I was like, dude, the guy had a good, like, it was pretty deep. You know, you raped my ancestors. You stole my land. The least you can do is cash my check. And I was like, yeah, wow. But like I said, as long as people don't care. But that's the whole thing with sports. Like, it's like, oh, shut up and play. Like, even me, I'm a sports fan. Even I don't even want to see sports now. It's like, everyone's got to chill out. Let's get justice for people. Let's get this virus under control.
Yeah.
Let's get the virus under control. And let's calm everybody down. Let's just calm everybody down right now. Now, as far as sports is concerned, the Minnesota Timberwolves, like, holy crap. Yeah, good luck getting guys to go sign there. Now, as far as the case is concerned, we have our own criminal criminal expert in the house. This is where all the thousands upon thousands of hours, and it's crazy. I hear Cabs TV blaring in the middle of the night. It's like Dateline. It's not like 24/7. Some people have it on ESPN 24/7 or the Wrestling Network or Sports Grid. Sports Grid. When we're on,
that's very true.
But let's go to our Sports Rage news desk right now and bring in our pathologist expert to discuss the George Floyd case. America continues to burn following the tragic murder of George Floyd over a $20 counterfeit bill. You know what, too? They're like, he's presumed innocent as well. You can get a fake. Someone gave me a fake bill.
Fake money.
Guy goes in with it like, if he had $20,000 or something, the guy's a counterfeit. Yeah. Come on, man. The guy had a $20 bill.
I agree.
Who knows where it came from? But so he's charged with third degree murder and manslaughter. Pretty weak charges, actually.
Not much.
If you add it all up, it's like no more than 25 years. Like, this is like 9-year type of stuff, I think. And I'm telling you now,
no way he serves 9 years. I'll give you.
He might. No, I'm telling you now, he might get off.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he'll get off.
They're going to say, guys, and I'll throw it to Kevin in a second.
Finish.
They're going to say, guys, you're going to see. They're going to bust out all the crap. He was high on coke. He did this. Oh yeah, he did cocaine 24 hours before. They already dropped it. Oh, the fact that he had intoxicants in his body probably had. You're not even supposed to say that. You know what I mean? You're not supposed to publicly say intoxicants in his body. We don't know what he had. And I'll tell you what, right now, I don't care. We all know people that have been on a lot of drugs. If he didn't get a knee to the neck for 9 minutes, he'd be alive, right? He wasn't going to. You saw him walking around. And he had intoxicants. He was drunk. You could see he was a little bit whatever. You know what I mean? Type of dude having some beers on the stoop type thing. He wasn't hammered. You can see in the video. He's a little drunk a bit. Yeah, whatever. Alcohol is legal. You know what I mean? Like, so what? You have a couple of Miller High Lifes and it's justifiable? The cops, no, it was the High Life that killed you. Like, they're going to go down this road, guys. I'm telling you. They're going to go down the road. They're going to say, oh, he had they even said pre-existing condition. Yeah, pre-existing condition of 4 cops on his neck. That was the pre-existing condition. He was fine. Don't give me this crap. You guys be lucky I'm not on this jury. I'll say, no. If he was healthy enough to walk into the store with a $20 bill, he would have been healthy enough to walk home after. But he didn't get home after. And Cam knows these coroners, man, they have a lot of power in the trial because they're the ones that sort of the fact guys, but they're not really factual, these guys, because they all work with the cops. They used to be cops. They grew up like they work in conjunction with trying to prove cases with the damn cops. And you see Minnesota, the Minnesota police didn't even say in the original report that they put a knee on the guy's throat. And then after, they're lying. And you see they arrest the black reporter live on TV. And and then Minneapolis, St. Paul, one of their cops is smashing up windows and they're denying it after. Minnesota is like, they're not honest there, man. They're not honest. It's not going to be a fair trial. not going to be a fair trial, and they're already planting the seeds that George Floyd was drunk, high, and had a heart condition, and he didn't die of what happened. Well, if they can prove, well, he didn't die of asphyxiation, he didn't die of strangulation, he didn't die of this, then how can you charge someone with third-degree murder? The coroner just made the case for these people already, Cam.
Here's the thing about the coroner, too. It's a lot of sketchy guys, a lot of lazy work, and that's the thing. You said it. Pre-existing heart condition, all the other stuff. And I'll tell you, the coroner is so key, especially at the first, right, Gabe? If you come up with a decision, that is what sticks with you. It is almost impossible. Let me tell you, I watch so many murder shows and investigate this stuff to change it. That on death row stories I'm watching all the time, they have evidence that the coroner screwed up, whatever. The guy stayed an extra 11 years in jail. Happens all the time for these cases. My over-under.
We need an independent coroner.
Yes. Great point.
We need an outside
coroner who has no ties or affiliations to the Minneapolis cops. That's a must. And my over-under for jail time, if guilty, I'll be 3.5. Manslaughter is usually a 6 to 8 year charge. Because the guy was a cop or whatever, he'll do a couple years and be out. That's my take.
He's right. They'll drop the third, you know what? And they knew what they were doing. They should have went first degree. But the thing is, first degree is premeditated. And
it's at least second degree murder.
I'm not a legal expert, but I am in the band Homicide, and all of our songs, Malice and Forethought, our first record. So first degree murder, first degree murder is, I woke up this morning and said, I'm going to go kill this guy. And I got a plan to do it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, I'm driving here, I'm doing this, bam, like premeditated. Second degree is, I want to kill this guy. Things kind of got out of control. I killed him. Third degree is, you caused death. You were it's more than manslaughter. Your callousness caused the death. Manslaughter is, I didn't mean it, man. Like, you know what I mean? I screwed up. I made a mistake and somebody died because of my mistake, but I did not mean to kill somebody, right? Like, you know, the drunk driving manslaughters or the, you know, some guy I dropped a construction site. We screwed up and we dropped something on someone's head. You know what I mean? It's like, we didn't mean to do it, but someone ended up dead. So manslaughter. And Cam's right. I think they're not going to win the third degree murder charge. They'll say, oh, we'll settle for manslaughter. And as Cam stated, dude, manslaughter is like 3-4 years. And the guy's a cop, so he'll be in special protective custody. You know what I mean? Whatever, man. He'll lift weights and read books for 18 months and
become even more of a hater.
He'll get out and he'll be a hero to a bunch of white supremacists, and he'll be a new sheriff somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Excellent point.
It's just like it's you know, there better be justice. And honestly, the other 3 cops should have been brought in by now, too.
Yeah, that's another thing. These guys they were compliant. What's that? So if you're watching a guy absolutely get killed, you're an accessory to murder. Those cops have to do time. And if they don't, it's ridiculous. He sit back and watch the guy putting his weight on his neck and stopping him from breathing. Yeah. He did unbelievable bullshit, man.
It's amazing. What a year, guys, huh?
It's been. I thought 2020 was going to get better.
What a year! Huh? Like, you already thought 2020, like, wow, and now we know we get this. And the best tweet I saw, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on Twitter, but the best tweet I saw is I can't believe that coronavirus blew a 28-3 lead to racism.
Great tweet. That's great.
That's
well thought out.
Yeah, like COVID, man. But I'm telling you what now, guys. I tweeted this last night.
You don't give a shit about COVID.
Coronavirus.
It's done.
No. I'm telling you, coronavirus is like a person. It's angry now.
Yeah.
Coronavirus is vengeful. You notice, like, anyone that mocked it, anyone that said it's not real, got it. It's like, oh, it's not real. Wow, you got it now, didn't you? See, I said it's real. I didn't get it. I'm like, I don't know, stay away from me. They know.
Yeah, so don't threaten coronavirus.
But I got to be honest, too, in a little way. And it is kind of true. I brought this up before. Coronavirus doesn't want any part of my body. Like,
what, to live off the macaroni salad?
Yeah, like
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Like I tell, like, coronavirus, like, will like sort of hover around people, and it'll be like, nah.
Yeah, it's kind of like it.
I'm gonna get it sick. Like, I will give coronavirus a virus. Like, coronavirus like comes inside of me and sort of goes around, and it's like, oh man, I'm getting high from the THC already. Like you know what I mean? Like Coronavirus goes in Cam's stomach and dies.
Oh, yeah.
It's like all the alcohol and grease and beef. It's just dead. Like the coronavirus taps out. It's like, all right, I'm going somewhere else. Go hit the neighbor. You know what I mean? No, you don't want a piece of me, coronavirus. That's the way I look at it. But no, what a year. So I'm telling you, guys, we went from, please people, social distance. Guys, there wasn't a lot of social distancing going on over the last couple of days. No, there's a lot of rioting going on. Like, for the love of God, poor Dr. Fauci. Like,
no one's listening.
Fauci's watching at home thinking, oh my God. Like, I'm not even kidding, guys. There's going to be a massive wave of coronavirus in the United States in 2 weeks. It already is, but like,
let me tell you something, guys.
There's already 1,000 people dying a day, but nobody cares.
Guys, no. This is a thing, and let me tell you, just in my area,
I was going to say, there's equivalent right now. People still dying. It's like 3 airline big jets crashing every day.
Yes,
and people are just like not batting an eyelash. It's like 1,000 people a day are dying, guys, in the United States. Like a lot.
People aren't listening about this shit. I told Gabe I go shop for my parents because they're elderly. My dad has a breathing problem. Me and one old guy are wearing the mask. Nobody's wearing the mask anymore. There's a story on the news in Toronto. Like, numbers are spiking. Why, you think this shit's not just going to get... You saw it in these major cities. Everyone hanging out. Third wave, Gabe. We're going to see like a 4th wave and stuff. Like, I'm telling you, coronavirus is coming back hard, and it is going to knock the fuck people. People are in big trouble. They don't think it exists. It exists.
Yeah, the virus isn't gone.
It's still around.
People are rioting, and people want sport. Bring sports back.
Yeah, sports back. It's okay.
So just think about that. So remember what he said? All right, we're going to play. Remember they said, Kev, this is great, too. They said, preferred plan. Yeah, how's your preferred plan working out, baseball, for starting July 1st, jackasses? We're all you in the media, too. I saw some of you sort of, I could tell the subliminal mocks in me. Oh, and some said it wasn't going to happen, huh? Yeah. Why? Because you have a little announcement? You think things happening? So look at this, Kev. Think of this. It's like, we're going to play in the preferred stadiums. Yeah.
If they just actually listen to Morency,
looks like Minnesota's ready to host a baseball game tonight, guys.
I got Twins opening day tickets.
Yeah, why don't we go? Well, let's have a concert at the Barclays Center tonight in Brooklyn. There's 8,000 cops outside there. Like, where are you going to play? Like, people don't realize this. Like, shit's not good right now, guys. People need to chill out. We need to put the fires out. We need to put the fires out, and then we can move forward. But listen, the NBA is coming back. The NBA is coming back. The announcement kind of flew under the radar yesterday because of everything that was going on. Oh, you know what else flew under the radar last night too? Pretty slick of Goodell, actually. I'll give him credit for this one. So, you know, the head of Stooley Presidente, what's his name? Portnoy.
Yeah, Portnoy. Yeah,
I know his name, Dave Portnoy, but what's his handle? Like at Stooley, whatever.
Loose stool.
Stooley President. Yeah. So,
stool sample.
So I was just thinking, I'm not like, oh, who's Dave Portnoy? Obviously, I know who he is. I was talking about his Twitter handle or whatever. But anyways, I got no beef with the guy. A lot of people hate him. People either love or hate him. I don't know. I'm indifferent. And plus, I'm not dumb enough to try to piss off his 18 million, Twitter followers. So you don't want to get in a Twitter war with that guy, all right? That guy, one thing with Portnoy, this guy's so rich, Cam, he hired a professional troller. It's pretty cool, to have the money to do that.
Are you serious?
Yeah, there's a guy, he's like a pro, he'll put a pumpkin head on someone, he's the best at making you look dumb.
Yeah.
And the thing is, he's relentless. He sent some guy in the golf world pissed off Portnoy.
Oh, and
they sent him 178,000 tweets.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Portnoy goes online. He just goes, attack. And he tweets this one guy, Vindog. And the guy's like a suburban father. And he goes, I'm a professional troller. That's what I do. And he sits in his kitchen and whoever he's told to attack.
Oh, that's awesome.
And he even says, I have no life. Yeah. I have nothing else to do. And I'm getting paid to do this. He goes, I will relentlessly troll you. Right? No, but dude, Like it's like he makes people like shut their accounts.
Oh,
down. They can't take it because it's not illegal.
He's so good.
He just fires off because it's not threatening.
Yeah,
it's just sort of you suck, like your head on a thing.
You reach a point of annoyance, and you're so beat down, like he makes you sad. Yeah, that's great. That's so good.
We'll take a quick break. Morency Unfiltered continues. Get on the grid, Sports Grid, Morency Unfiltered, a special live to tape edition of the podcast. We were talking about Dave Portnoy, so I was talking about a great time, a great media dump last night. Great media dump last night by the National Football League. So the NFL has this big charity going on right now called All In. All sports do. I actually checked it out, but it's too expensive. There I can. Let's see. See if I had money, buddy, I'd get you one of these golf things. Let me stay your place in quarantine.
Yeah.
Let's see. All In charity. They got some really cool stuff.
I've seen some of them.
All right, let's see. Like basically, like whatever you can think of. Like you go hang out. Like what do you got? So those include a private workout or dinner with Tom Brady.
No thanks.
Yeah. So let me tell you right now, your Cam's like, no.
No.
So you're telling me you don't want to, bidding starts $200,000.
I don't want to hang out with Tom Brady.
You get to go to dinner with Tom Brady and you get to attend the first Tampa Bay Buccaneers home game in a luxury suite.
I like that, but I'd probably be betting against
them. Yeah, we'd go and we'd bet against them.
Yeah, come on, Saints. Lay it on thick. Next one? Yeah, nothing.
Well, I got to go. Let me get on the charity page here. Let me, because I'm on something talking about it. I want to actually get the actual links of some of the things. They actually do it. You're like, oh, damn, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool packages and stuff. Mark Cuban's All In challenge. What's him? Why am I only getting news about it? All right, anyways, we'll get back to it. So Portnoy, Barstool, it was you get the bid, Cam.
Yeah.
To watch a game in Goodell's, like where he did the draft.
Oh, in the comfy basement?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Watch an NFL game and have a couple of beers with Roger Goodell in the basement during a Monday night football or Sunday, like a major game. You watch the game with Goodell at home.
I'm into that.
And it was the bid. And some other NFL guys, of course, would come. You know what I mean?
It's not going to be us and Goodell.
So Dave Portnoy, of course. Dave Portnoy was the one that made those Goodell is a clown t-shirts. Portnoy got arrested once protesting outside the NFL office during Deflategate. And Portnoy was banned by remember he got banned, he got kicked out of the Super Bowl and he put a disguise on.
He pulled a Bobby Valentine.
Yeah, and he went in, but they found out it was him during the game and they pulled him out of the seat and everything. So Portnoy did it to troll Goodell. And Portnoy's all rich now, so he did it to troll Goodell. And he goes, let's see if this coward Goodell is going to let me watch a game with him. So Portnoy actually bid $250,000. He won.
Of course he did.
He won. Because, who else is going to bid $250,000 to watch a game with Goodell?
Exactly.
So Portnoy comes in, overbids, just to make sure he wins. He won the package. So Portnoy was all happy. Oh, let's see with Goodell. Let's bury the hatchet. I'll go to Goodell's house. It's good for charity. Goodell dropped it last night at about 11 o'clock. No. You failed the background check. That part of the premise was NFL commits a background check on you. Can't be like a mob bookie.
No, you can't
show up like, hey,
Roger, who you like in the second half?
And you show up and just see. I got to be a script writer because I'm thinking about this.
Great
how
idea.
This could go wrong. Goodell brings in the wrong guy, and some dude just pulls a gun out and just says, Goodell, unless the 49ers cover tonight, we got problems. There's a movie right there. That's more realistic than like the one with Wesley Snipes and stuff, or Robert De Niro to kidnap his kid. You better hit a home run. I hate that stuff. You better hit a home run. That's a good movie, though. That movie. You ever seen that movie, The Fan?
Oh yeah, The Fan's awesome. Wicked movie. Oh, awesome.
The best is when they're like Robert De Niro. If you've never seen it, guys, it's an older movie. You got younger guys here. It's a great movie. So Robert De Niro is this diehard San Francisco Giant fan, and Wesley Snipes is like the Barry Bonds. He's like the star outfielder. And Robert De Niro stalks this guy. Like he loves him, right? But but he's got like typical like beach house, baseball, like mansion type thing. De Niro's like on the beach watching him and stuff. Like he's obsessed with the guy. He doesn't want to hurt him or anything. He's just obsessed with the guy. And so Snipes is like walking on the beach and De Niro's there. De Niro plays all dumb. He goes, and Snipes like, oh, you don't know who I am? He's like, no. He goes, I don't like baseball at all. He goes, I don't know. I don't follow sports. And Wesley Snipes says to him, good. He goes, good, because I hate those loser fans. And then De Niro gets that mean, like thinking, like, oh, a loser. And then after all, we're loser fans, huh? Yeah. He kidnaps his kid. Who's a loser now?
Great movie.
Remember, like, the opening scene? Daddy, I'm scared. He's grabbing his kid. Shut up. De Niro is a really good movie, that movie. Like I said, it's always dumb, though, whenever it gets, you better hit a grand slam. Otherwise, your kid's going to die. But, yeah, so nice news dump by the NFL, though, dropping that on a Friday night like that.
I got to ask you, though, so security clearance, the guy won the thing. Like, what's he going to do?
The NFL is giving $250,000 to charity on their own. So, in a way, he won. He got the money out there. It was a good way for the NFL to save face.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they're giving money to charity.
We did a background check. You don't qualify.
Yeah. Neither would you or I, I'm sure.
Oh, God, no.
I've been kicked out of a Super Bowl myself.
We wouldn't pass a background check. We do gambling.
I've been, exactly.
Yeah, sorry. Like, one of the first guys on the where they work sports grid. No, we're not going to go down the basement. Maybe Kevin Walsh's.
I got booted out of a Super Bowl 2 years ago, but not from the Super Bowl, but from the media center. Yeah, from the media center, and but I'm okay now. It was like 2 years. I wasn't banned, but I wasn't welcome. Yes. I wasn't like, it was one of those, you're not banned, but stay away for a couple of years. Like, you know what I mean?
We don't want to see you for a while.
They actually came up to me in Detroit. Guy came up and he shook my hand. He goes, you know what? You've done great work with the global, the junior football guys in the community. He said, you're welcome at any future NFL event. Shook my hand and stuff. And Coach Earl de la Prat was there. He goes, all right, you stupid jackass. He goes, how long before you F this one up, huh? And then, like, guys, like 20 minutes later, you can't make this up. We're in the Pontiac Silverdome. It's the last, we're closing the place.
Steelers Seahawks Super Bowl.
So I'm there, and the mic worked, the PA in the whole stadium. So I'm all like, I come on the mic, yo, mother, and I start swearing. The coach, he goes, the NFL just gave you a pass. So you're mouthing off in the mic. NFL guys are all cracking up. I did the last ever game at the Pontiac Silverdome. Actually, it's pretty cool. As Kat mentioned, it was the Seattle Seahawks. Not a memorable. That's not the good Super Bowl for you guys.
I had a lot of bad memories at the Silverdome. I also went to a Seahawks Lions game, and I got so
for Super Bowls. Actually, you guys are lucky you won the one, because otherwise, kind of bad memories.
Yes.
Eh? Right on the 1 yard line, and like you got screwed.
We got 3 Super Bowls, man. I'm just happy we crushed Denver. That's and even my Broncos buddies, like, he wasn't even that mad. He's like, that New England Super Bowl, the Steelers Super Bowl. He's like, we'll be back. Come on, forward, get him. There we go, chase him down, turkey.
At least with that Super Bowl, you could tell from the first damn play they were going to win the game.
Yes.
I was on Denver right after the snap went over his head. I'm like, I'm on the wrong side of this.
And it wasn't just a win. Like, we slapped Denver around the whole day. The best was everybody in the bar, too. Like, oh, Denver second half. Percy Harvin gets the kick. A touchdown. Yeah. I know. I made a lot of enemies that day. It was like literally me, Billy the Doorman, and one Seahawk fan. The rest of the bar was all
And
Denver.
then, of course, I got to be on then I was on Carolina against Denver. Then Denver wins.
That was a heartbreaking one for you. That was heartbreaking.
You know what? I had the Super Bowl right this year, though.
I didn't.
I'm coming on. The last few years, guys, I'm coming on. I'm the first to admit I'm bad at Super Bowls. It's not as bad as it was when I went through the record. I was 3-5 in 8 Super Bowls. I think I've caught up to 5-5. The problem is, like an idiot, Cam, and I don't know why this is. I don't know how, but every 5 years or so, for some reason, I'll put like $20,000 on a Super Bowl. I've never won. Like, so it's like, oh yeah, I won the Chiefs. Like, yeah, whatever, dude. I won $1,200. Like, you know what I mean? What about the Carolina Denver one? I lost like 13,000. I lost 15,000 cash US. I lost about 6,000 Canadian online. I literally lost like $20,000 that day during that Super Bowl. I lost it after. I missed my plane. I got so rattled, I missed my plane after.
I used to win. Remember, I used to win Super Bowls every year. Remember, we went to that. Remember that time? I'll tell Morency too. Another story, guys. I'll never have a day like this. We were at the old Sahara, the dump in Vegas. It was New Orleans and the Colts. I remember. I'm the only guy. I'm the only guy on the Saints. I'm like, Morency, please. I really feel. I'm feeling it right now. We got to take the Saints. I was like, Cam, you're an idiot. I played blackjack. They were getting mad. The Somali dealers are like, we can't beat this guy today. They bring in the pit boss. He wanted to get rid of me. And then I don't know what happened that day, Morency. Everything I touched turned to gold. I've never had a day like that. But that was a great Super Bowl.
That was a bad
you weren't happy. I bought beers for everybody. Hey, buckets of beer for everybody.
Yeah, but I remember that weekend, Cam. I barely had any money on the Super Bowl. I was out of money already.
Yeah.
That was the time. I've only done this once. It was the time we were at the Strat. The worst. I don't know if you guys ever done. You got to be a hardcore degenerate if you've been to Vegas a lot. I'm sure our boy Shell Dog's done this. We got there at like 11 in the morning, and they gave us the old, you can't check in until 2 or 3. And big mistake. Gave like the front desk our bags. And normally you get mad. It's like, give me a damn room. Yeah. Instead, it was like, yeah, whatever, man. Fine. I was already kind of drunk already. I hit the tables, guys, on a Friday afternoon. It ended badly. Like, I basically lost all my money before I checked in. Like, I wasn't that rich that weekend. Like, I went to Vegas, 1,500 to, that's sort of when, the average guy will go with about, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You hope to have 2,000 if you're rolling. It's good to have 3,000-4,000, but
exactly.
I've gone to Vegas before. We've all done it. I've got $1,200 on me, man. I got to manage this well. You know what I mean? I'm here for 3 days. I've got 1,400. I'm here for 3 days. I've got $900 only on me. So I got to win the first. We've all been there. You got to win the first couple of sports bets, get it going. I never got the chance. I got hammered and literally lost like 13 of my $1,700 before I checked into my room. And it was one of those, I better win this bet tonight. And I did. And I was just like scratching and clawing all weekend. And then by the time we got to the Super Bowl, I put like my last, all right, here's my 150 that I have. Fucking, but I know it's a little more than that, $300 or something, and lost. Cam, and I remember Cam's right. There was literally like, those are the old days when people were alive and we used to all go to Vegas and the road rages and stuff. There was like 15 of us probably. And Cam was like literally the only one that won. All of us had our heads down at the bar.
I had nobody to party with. I'm like, buckets of beer. You guys are like, yeah, great.
Yeah,
I'm like, hey, don't worry about it.
I remember, and this too, and only gamblers would know this. There's nothing worse. I guess it's worse if you don't win anything, but it's nothing worse, Cam, when you're waiting in the line with the winners.
Oh, I know.
So I had like a little couple of prop tickets and stuff that I'm cashing, but everyone around me, I knew the Saints were going to win. And people are fired up after the Super Bowl. Like everyone's high-fiving each other around me. You know what I mean? Like I'm ducking and stuff. And people are like, I'm just burning, standing there silently thinking, why am I on the wrong side again? Like, oh, it's so the rush of being in like FanDuel or Vegas casino sportsbook. Like when you win one of these big games, you're like, you're like, F you pay me. And everyone that wins is like high-fiving and like
it sucked for
everyone goes outside and starts smoking and talking about, I can't believe we won. Oh, fuck yeah, let's go.
It was the worst for me, man. I wanted to party with you
But
guys.
that other worst feeling is when you're standing in line and you're cashing like a loser $100 ticket and everyone else won.
Yeah, that feeling sucks.
And like you don't want to be in the line, but you need the money, Shell Dog. You know what I mean? You're like, I want to come back later, but I need the money now, man. Like, just give me my money. Listen, me and Shell Dog have been in a lot of crisis mode situations. But we've been there. And Shell Dog, you and I are fighters every time, bro. Couple of times, Super Bowls on Sunday. We went down hard. And, our boy Bronx Bomber was there. You know me, Cam. Just takes a couple hours. I'm like, all right, let's go.
Yeah.
We're hitting the tables on Sunday night. We're going to fight. And then it's a tradition. We're laying it all down on the Texas Longhorns on Monday night, college basketball. I don't know what it is. They play every Monday night after the Super Bowl. They did this year, and you know it, Shell Dog. They won outright. You remember, bro? This year. Remember, we were getting 4.5 points against Texas Tech, and I was like, no, they're going to win outright. And they won at the buzzer. Remember, I think it was Texas Tech. I forget who it was. I remember the game, though. It was the Monday after the Super Bowl.
I bet it.
Texas won at the buzzer, Kev.
Yeah, no.
The other team scored like a second left. I was like, wow, at least they're going to cover. And because Texas was getting +4 or whatever. And then, boom, the kid at Texas hit a shot from half court. I'm telling you what, with the tournament, Texas were going to be dangerous, guys.
I agree.
They were peaking at the right time,
they
that
were
team.
Playing great ball at the end.
Yeah,
great ball.
Every year. Sheldon, I'm telling you, bro, you and I have been doing this for like 12 years, Sheldon. Texas's record the day after the Super Bowl is probably like 10-2 against the spread. I don't know what it is. It's just a me and Sheldon thing. Once after a Super Bowl, I told him the next night, I'm going all in on Texas. I put like my last $1,400. I would have been homeless in Vegas. I'm going all in on the Longhorns tonight. And they covered, and it became our thing. It was like, man, the Longhorns are playing again on this Monday night after the Super Bowl. And then bam, 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 bam. And then this year, they're getting 4.5. I remember because I did half money line, half point spread. And I remember I was like, shit, they came so close to the money line. And then the kid at Texas hits the shot, not from half court, but sort of came in, bam, hit the shot. They go crazy. I'm like, again, I was so mad at myself. I'm like, man, this Texas thing on Monday after the Super Bowls really has become free money. All right, so this podcast has flown by. If you missed it, it's going to be up on. It'll be up on iTunes. It'll be up on Spotify and stuff. It takes a little while to upload on YouTube. We're going to be around later tonight. I'll be online. Looking forward to it. Going to get a couple of bottles of wine. And I say like probably a couple. I mean 4. You know what though? It's almost like wine. I might not just have to get a bottle of vodka. Yeah,
I agree.
It's too much to drink. Like it's almost like wine's beer. I got to drink too much of it.
Here's what I'm going to do for you. We're going to do a 2-beverage parlay. I'm going to get you 1 bottle of wine so you can kind of ease into it with a little bit of vodka. You can't just have one. You got to do both. White wine's light, then you get into the vodkas. Party time. Me?
Yeah, but not a Mickey. I need a bottle.
Yeah, no, I'm not telling you to get the gallon jug. I'm saying the one in the middle, like the $40 one. Yeah. No, I need to go to the liquor store.
$40 here. Dude, I forgot it's expensive in Canada.
Buddy, I've been getting all your stuff. You think I want to wait in line with a bunch of turkeys this afternoon? It's Saturday before a UFC fight. I actually got to go like real soon.
All right, so okay. Yeah, we got the UFC coming up kind of earlier, 6:30, 7 o'clock, guys. All right, so we'll see you later. Patrons only tonight. Everything can't be free.
No, you gotta pay bills.
I gotta fly around. There's stuff, hey. So join us on Patreon if you want. It's like $5 a week only, guys. So you got a crazy show tonight. I got my UFC videos. I'll be tweeting the pics out and everything, though. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Other than that, you're on your own. Later.
Yeah, just wire me the money. So what do you need? You need a